The kingdom is mine. I will never live in my brother's shadow, and I will make sure he vanishes from the face of the earth. On the light of the moon, I will protect this kingdom with the blade in my hand.
He chose power over honor and lost everything that mattered. A kingdom built on respect, shattered by ambition. Before the rivers forgot their ancient songs, before the drums of Iratu fell silent, there was a kingdom blessed by honor. The kingdom of Iratu stood between red earth hills and golden savanna plains. Its people were proud, its warriors were feared, its name was spoken with respect across distant lands. And at its heart sat King Oba Adebayo, a ruler whose word carried more weight than iron. But even the strongest kingdoms do not fall from outside. They fall from within. He had the crown, he had the strength, but he did not have the heart. The king had 2 sons, Iomide, the firstborn, calm, observant, steady like the baobab tree, and Oyeyemi, the younger, brilliant, charismatic, fire in human form. Where Iomide listened, Oyeyemi spoke. Where Iomide waited, Oyeyemi acted. The people admired them both. But admiration is a dangerous seed. It grows differently in different hearts. One man's greed, another's patience, and the fate of a kingdom hung in the balance. One evening, the village seer, Mama Iyalawo, was summoned. Her voice was soft, but her words carried thunder.
One son will protect the kingdom with honor, while the other will shake it with ambition. Only one path will preserve Iretu.
What must I do? Tell me, I need to know.
Teach them that power without honor is fire without control.
The warning was clear. But warnings are not shields, and fathers cannot choose their sons' hearts. When ambition blinds the soul, even love, even loyalty cannot save you. Years passed, the boys became men. One afternoon during warrior trials, Iomide defeated Oyeyemi in front of the elders. The crowd roared, "Long live the future king!" They meant no harm, but Oyeyemi heard something different. He heard, "You are second." That night, Oyeyemi stood alone beneath the moon. "I will never live in my brother's shadow." And that was the moment everything changed. He thought power was everything, but honor always finds its way home. Months later, traders arrived from distant shores. They brought silk, iron weapons, salt, and whispers. One of them, a smooth-tongued merchant named Malik, noticed Oyeyemi's hunger.
You would rule stronger than your brother. Honor feeds the spirit, but power feeds the world.
The seed of ambition was watered. A kingdom does not crumble in a single day. It fractures quietly, through pride, through comparison, through choices no one else sees. And soon, Oyeyemi would face a choice that would cost him everything. Torches flicker along mud brick walls. The palace is quiet, too quiet. Oyeyemi walks slowly through the corridor. His footsteps echo. He stops outside Iomide's empty chamber. He looks at the door, doesn't enter. Silence presses in. Exile creates distance, but guilt creates silence. Oyeyemi closes his eyes. For a brief moment, regret. Then he turns away. He did not defend himself, because he would not shame this house publicly. The king exhales slowly, or because he was guilty. The Queen Mother does not respond. Outside, thunder rolls faintly. Whispers travel like wind. The prince would never betray the kingdom. The evidence was found in his room. The air feels unsettled. Trust has cracked. Oyeyemi meets Malik privately. Malik pours palm wine calmly. You look troubled. The people whisper. Malik smiles faintly. Whispers fade. Power remains. Oyeyemi's jaw tightens. And if they do not fade, Malik leans closer. Then you give them something louder to fear. Silence. Oyeyemi absorbs this. The king coughs violently. He struggles to stand. He grips the edge of a carved wooden table. The queen mother rushes to support him. Summon the healer. The king's strength has begun to fail. Sometimes the body collapses when the heart carries too much doubt. Council elders gather. Tension hangs heavy. The king grows weaker. Another elder. The kingdom must prepare. All eyes shift to Oyeyemi. He stands tall, composed, controlled, but his hands tremble slightly behind his back. The room is dim. The king lies weak. Oyeyemi kneels beside him. King Adebayo, where is your brother? Oyeyemi hesitates. Gone. The king studies his son. Long pause. King Adebayo, power taken without honor, carries a curse. His hand falls limp. Silence. The oil lamp flickers. Oyeyemi does not cry. He stands slowly, alone. The crown is presented. Oyeyemi kneels. The eldest elder places the crown on his head. The crowd chants, but softly, uneasy. He had wanted this moment for as long as he could remember, but victory felt different than he imagined. He rises. King Oyeyemi. The drums stop abruptly. Wind sweeps dust across the ground. Oyeyemi sits alone on the throne. The room feels larger now, empty. He hears faint whispers in the distance. He stands suddenly. Who's there? No one. Just wind. Power magnifies silence, and silence can sound like accusation. Crops wilt under scorching sun. A farmer kneels holding dry soil. The rains are late. One of the elders. The river recedes. Another elder. The people are afraid. Oyeyemi slams his staff against the floor. It is weather, not prophecy. The elders exchange looks, unconvinced. Queen Mother Amina faces Oyeyemi. Your father ruled through trust. I rule through strength. Strength without trust is fear. Oyeyemi turns away. He does not want to hear this. Oyeyemi lies awake. Sweat beads on his forehead. He sees flashes. Iomida walking through the palace. The crown cracking. The river drying. He jolts upright, breathing heavily. A traveler kneels before guards. I have seen Iomida. The guards stiffen. Inside the palace, news spreads quickly. Oyeyemi hears the report. His expression hardens, but fear flickers in his eyes. The past he buried was no longer silent. It was returning, and it was not alone. Golden light spills across dry earth. A lone figure walks along the ridge. It is Iomida. His clothes are worn, his beard fuller, his eyes calmer than before. Behind him, a small group of villagers follow, not as soldiers, but as believers. Exile did not weaken him, it refined him. Where power had once been his birthright, wisdom had now become his companion. A child runs ahead and stops before Iomida. Is it true you were once king? Iomida kneels. No, I was once a student. He rises, continues walking. Malik studies a map. Oyeyemi enters. You knew. Malik doesn't look up. Of course. Silence. He gathers support. Malik finally looks at him. Then act before support becomes momentum. Oyeyemi walks closer. You told me control would secure loyalty. Control secures obedience. Loyalty is different. The words land heavily. Iomida stands before a growing crowd. No throne, no armor, just presence.
I did not return for a crown. I returned because a kingdom cannot thrive where fear leads. Will you challenge your brother? I will confront him, but not with sword.
The crowd watches him carefully. This is not rebellion, it is awakening. Oyeyemi stands alone again. The crown rests on a carved pedestal. He stares at it. He had imagined opposition would feel like war, but this felt like exposure. Footsteps echo. The Queen Mother enters. Queen Mother. He comes peacefully. Oyeyemi does not turn. Oyeyemi. Peacefully. To take what is mine. Queen Mother. Was it ever yours? The words cut deeper than any blade. The sky burns orange. Iomide approaches the gates. No army. Just villagers, elders, farmers. The gates open slowly. Tension hangs thick. Massive doors open. Iomide enters. Oyeyemi stands at the throne. They lock eyes. Years of memory in one silent exchange. No one speaks. The entire court watches. Slow footsteps echo as Iomide walks forward. He stops several feet from the throne. Iomide. Brother. Oyeyemi's jaw tightens. Oyeyemi. You should not have returned. Iomide. I never left in hatred. Did you? Silence. Oyeyemi grips the armrest of the throne. Oyeyemi. You would have ruled softly. The world is not soft. Iomide. Strength is not cruelty. Oyeyemi stands. Descends the steps slowly. They now stand face to face. Equal height. Equal blood. Oyeyemi. You think exile gave you wisdom? Iomide. It gave me perspective. You are tired. The words hit. Oyeyemi's composure cracks slightly. Malik steps forward suddenly. Malik. This is treason. Gasps echo. Iomide turns calmly. Iomide. Treason is deception for personal gain. Malik falters for the first time. An elder speaks loudly. Elder. The documents? We have proof. He reveals scrawls. Forgery marks exposed. The court erupts. All eyes shift to Malik, then to Oyeyemi. Silence falls. Oyeyemi's breathing grows heavier. He looks at Malik, then at Iomide, then at the crown. Oyeyemi's voice lowers. I only wanted to protect this kingdom. From what? Long pause. Oyeyemi cannot answer. The silence becomes confession. Oyeyemi whispers. From being forgotten. The vulnerability shocks the court. Iomide steps closer. Iomide, you were never forgotten. You were my brother. Oyeyemi's eyes fill. Not with anger, with realization. Years of ambition collapse under the weight of truth. Oyeyemi walks slowly back toward the throne. Every step heavy. He lifts the crown. It trembles slightly in his hands. The entire kingdom watches. He turns, walks down the steps, stops before Iomide. Long silence. Then, he kneels. The room gasps. Oyeyemi. I mistook fear for strength, and ambition for destiny. He places the crown at Iomide's feet. Oyeyemi continues. Forgive me. The moment stretches. Time feels suspended. Iomide does not pick up the crown immediately. Instead, he kneels too. The court is stunned. Iomide. We rebuild together. He lifts Iomide to his feet. The crowd exhale collectively. The crown remains on the ground between them, a symbol no longer of possession. Water flows again. Children play. Farmers work renewed soil. Oyeyemi trains young warriors. Calmer now. Measured. Ayomide walks among villagers. Listening. Not commanding. Mama Iyalawo sits beneath the tree. She smiles faintly. The earth no longer trembled, because the heart had chosen humility. The two brothers stand side by side. The kingdom glows beneath moonlight. No rivalry. No shadow. Only shared responsibility. Power gained without honor will always demand payment. But humility can restore what ambition nearly destroys.